You guys, I have something so exciting to show you today, and it's free. It's from my friends at Boris, the sponsor of today's video, and you can see it right down here in my effects bin. This one here that says BCC plus looks. And I know you're like, why are you so excited about one effect in your effects bin? It's because this isn't just like one effect. It's 80 different looks that are being offered to you for free from Boris. You can access the link down in the description box below. And I know you have a ton of looks already in Final Cut. Maybe you don't need any more, but you do. This one is totally different, and I can't wait to show you why. It's part of Boris's continuum for Final Cut Pro, a whole suite of different filters and effects, transitions, and titles from Boris. But this one effect is the free one, and it's a lot more than just one effect. Let's get into it. I'm going to start with this shot of this hand holding the cigar poolside in a really tropical environment. I think the shot looks pretty good, but guess what? I know we can make it look better with this filter. Let's drag and drop the effect onto the clip. And then we need to head on up to our inspector window and first hit this button here that says FX Editor. And we get this pop-up window with all of the different effect options that come with this Looks plugin that, again, is free from Boris. There's so many different looks here. And what I really love about this window is that you can hit this button at the top of the screen and you get this slider where you can see a before and after of your effect. And look at how many come for free inside this one effect. It's pretty amazing. I'm going to select this one here called Photocopy, and I love what it does to the greens in this shot. I think it looks really good. Now, what I don't love about it so much, to be honest with you, is the way this hand looks. It looks too contrasty. It almost, to me, makes his hand look a little bit dirty. But guess what? We're going to fix that in a second, and you are truly going to be amazed by this. So to apply this filter, I'm just going to hit the apply button here. And now here in Final Cut, we can see our effect is applied. And then if I scroll down in my inspector window, there's a lot of customization we can do with this filter. Like, let's say, add a little grain and give this a really filmy look. All right, I'm super happy so far with how this looks, but I think we can do better. I'm going to scroll up to the top of the inspector window and we're going to hit this next button, Mocha Mask. This is really where the magic happens. So here is another window for Mocha Continuum, and we are going to apply a mask to this gentleman's hand and only his hand, not even the cigar. Wait till you see how you mask in Mocha. You're going to love it. I'm going to start by clicking this tool here, this pen tool with the magnet icon. And I'm just going to start clicking away and watch what happens. You are going to be amazed. Do you see what's happening here? Do you see that? Mocha has edge detection. It makes cutting things out so easy. Look at how fast I go around his hand. I'm going to go inside his sleeve. I'm going to retrace my steps back to my first point, and I'm going to right click to close up the mask, and then you get all of these mask points. I'm just going to take a really quick look and make sure I'm happy with all of the points in my mask. They look good to me. Now we're going to track. I'm going to hit this right arrow to track forward, and you can see in the top right of the frame the progress for the mask. And then once we've gotten to the end, I'm going to cue up my cursor down here to where we started and hit the track backward button. Okay, we're all done. I'm going to head up to the top left of this window and select this icon to save. And here in Final Cut, you can see his hand is perfectly masked out, but the effect we applied, the look we applied, is on his hand, not the background where we want it. But this is such an easy fix. I'm going to head on over to the inspector window, drop down on Pixel Chooser, drop down on Mask, and select Invert Mask. And now we've got the inversion of that look. We can pump up the feather a little bit on the mask to give us a little bit of wiggle room with our track. You can see that those background colors really pop with our look applied, and yet the skin tone looks dead on. It doesn't look too contrasty. It looks amazing. Let's head back into the FX editor to take one more glance at all of the looks that come with this free effect. All right, that's a look at the 80 free presets from Boris. I will link to that below if you want to download these filters. I highly recommend it. That includes the Mocha tracking with the looks filter. You cannot beat it. All right, that's what's free from Boris, but Continuum for FCP has so much more, a ton more effects and filters. It also has titles and transitions. I'm just gonna show you a few highlights right now. Let's first start with this boat shot. Looks perfectly fine, but check out what happens when we add the ND gradient filter. And then on top of that, the dual gradient filter. What a transformation. This boat ride went from looking midday to late afternoon, almost twilight. How about this product shot? Yeah, it's a super pretty shot, great setting. But look what happens when we apply the radial tint and then cut out the wine bottle using Mocha. Now, I used the masking feature in Mocha without even doing motion tracking. I didn't need to motion track, but the cutout capabilities in Mocha are so superior to the mask tools that come with Final Cut that you don't need to motion track to use Mocha. How about this gorgeous furniture showroom? I added the 3-strip filter, and then I added this lens flare. There's so much control over the lens flare. You can perfect the angle for your shot every single time. It looks super realistic and natural. Now it's time for the ultimate test. You could probably guess that this was shot with a GoPro just by the tones. It's really blue looking, way oversaturated, and just looks so digital to me. I honestly, I love a GoPro because I love the functionality of it, but the picture on it, not great. Let's see what we can do with this. I'm gonna grab this sunset filter and drop it onto our clip. And then I'm going to play with the position of our gradient. I'm gonna rotate it a little bit and expand it out. Such an improvement, but now I'm gonna head over to the inspector and dial down the mix just slightly and play it back. What a transformation. Continuum also comes with a set of transitions. Let me show you a few of my favorites, and let me show you what makes these transitions special. So I've dropped on here the light leaks, and now that I've got this dropped on, you can see that I've got this sort of bell curve shape here in my viewer, and I can manipulate this bell curve shape and customize the look of our transition. Love that light leak transition. Let's check another one. This transition is the cross zoom dissolve. Very cool. And this last one I'm showing you is the spin blur dissolve. So for me, Continuum for FCP is a must-have for editors like you and me, but even if you don't pick up all of Continuum, you definitely should grab that free looks effect with the Mocha tracking. You will not be disappointed. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I picked out some other videos I think you might really like. I'll see you again.